Thanks for tuning into the Midweek Coaches Show. I'm your host, Jeff Ogle, with head football coach Derek Yule here. This week we're going to go over last week's game against Seneca and looking forward to senior night against the East Newton Patriots, who come into town on a 3-game win streak. So, following Friday's game, Coach, what kind of things did you guys see after watching game film and everything on Seneca, how you're going to better prepare yourself for East Newton?
Yeah, I mean, one thing we're gonna have to do a better job of is start a little faster. Some of that could have been field conditions, just playing at Seneca, being on the road. But definitely, we want to start out the first quarter like kind of how we finished the fourth quarter. And there's no secret as far as we're not going to change anything going into East Newton, but we definitely want to start better.
Seneca has been in about every game they've played in, and they reminded me a lot of a Webb City team. The split back, there wasn't very many penalties on them till the fourth quarter, and that's when they really lost it. And the onside kick that they tried to pull, and we ended up recovering that, which I think that turned the game around for us and kind of sparked the fourth quarter, 28 points unanswered there.
Yeah, I thought they did a good job of keeping the ball. Their first drive was 7 minutes, and then they had another real long drive that kept our offense off the field. And sometimes that's better than scoring, and they were able to do that. They did go for an onside kick, and I'm sure maybe they're questioning that, but our kids, they executed a big play right after that. We got the momentum, and then the fourth quarter we scored 28 points.
It was very muddy from about the 20 on the other side all the way to the end zone on the where the Indian was at and on that end zone. And me and Benji, we were at halftime and it was 7-7. Monat had just got stopped on 4th and goal. Couldn't really tell if he got in from where we were at. We didn't really know, but the ref said we didn't. So going to halftime, come back out. Nobody scores the third quarter. Come into the fourth quarter. They scored, then we scored, and then they tried the onside kick, and after that, we just kind of ran with it. The defense got an interception there at the end, and then Tommy got in and kind of put the icing on the cake. So really great fourth quarter, but the second and third were kind of shady, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, a muddy field like that kind of evens the speed of a team. I felt like we were the faster team, but on a field like that, you can't tell. It balances that out. We had a turnover in their red zone, which killed us, just a fumbled snap. And like I said, they did a good job of holding on to the ball. You kind of felt going into the fourth quarter, what's going to happen. Like I said on the radio, I just popped a jawbreaker in my mouth and basically said, all right, here we go. We got to do something here, or, this could get interesting. But, the field, I'm not going to say the field didn't play into, maybe in their favor. But, I think our kids figured it out. We were able to throw the ball a little bit, which helped on a wet field. And because, as a receiver, where you're going. And for the DB, now he's, he doesn't know if he makes a bad plan, he may slip and fall. So we were able to throw the ball, which was nice to see.
Yeah, I will say we've had extremely successful year on the ground and in the air, with Mikey Branch getting around 170 rushes Friday night, or yards, and that puts him over 1,000 this season, right?
Yeah.
So looking at this senior class, Friday night, senior night, since this is kind of your first senior night as a head, or second senior night as a head coach, just tell us about the senior class this year and what they've been able to do and accomplish as a team.
Well, you look at, you have Mason and Alex who've started 3 years. Mikey got to play quite a bit as a sophomore, but those two have played for, 3 years and been on a lot of good teams. And then you just look at everybody else, Onus and, Brody, and you can go down, Aiden, Kern. These are guys that are having their best year. And then as a senior, you want your seniors to have their best year. They're playing on both sides of the ball. I don't want to leave anybody out. Ian, Mikey, Brian, who came over. It's his first year over here. And, all these guys are contributing on both sides of the ball. So not only do we have 15, we have 16 seniors. A lot of them are playing both ways. Then you go to Cameron Cody, who's kicking the ball well on kickoffs for us. I know I'm going to miss somebody here, but Alex has been huge. Like I said, for 3 years, and I think for these kids, they realize how fast it went. You were in the, you've been in those kids' shoes not too long ago, and they're starting to realize, like, hey, shoot, I'm not a freshman anymore. This is it. This is my last home game on the schedule, and it becomes real. And we've talked about that, and you always preach to the younger kids, hey, let's go win one for the upperclassmen, on their senior night.
Yeah, this year they were a sophomore when I was a senior, and it's good to see their class kind of develop and turn into this great run headed into district play. We're the second seed behind Reed Springs, who always plays a kind of weaker schedule. They don't play a Big A team most of the season. That's Big A country. It's hard to get wins off, especially with Lamar, and Cashville's doing pretty good this year, and us ourselves, we're doing great. And Mount Vernon started to come into their own, and I'm kind of glad to see as what I've put in to the program my 4 years now, see it blossom with Alex and Mikey and all them. Like we said, our senior year, you guys are a special class too. You guys have the talent to go all the way. Just keep that in mind. Don't set your ceiling too low, and you'll have an incredible season. And that's what they've done so far. And Mikey Branch has really come on the past couple of years. He's rushed for 1,000 yards both years. Just tell us a little bit about Mikey and how he's been doing this year.
Well, I mean, he transferred here, as a freshman, and I think every year he's just developed more confidence. That was one thing I think was lacking with him, was confidence. And, from freshman, sophomore, junior, senior year, he's developed into a team leader. I think, as a freshman, I don't know if he would have ever said he would become a team leader as far as that's concerned, and he has, both sides of the ball. And I think really he's worked his tail off is what it is. This off season he did a good job and working on his hands, and you can see that now on Friday nights. I mean, he catches just about everything, and he's developed into a good running back.
Yeah, I love playing with Mikey. He played on the defensive side of the ball more than he did offense our senior year, and he was a beast out there, just kind of like Alex is this year. And Alex has got it kind of when the offense is stalling. It seems like Ian finds Alex for a big gain, and it gets the offense going. And I love watching the tight ends. I mean, he's a big tight end, so it works. So Friday night, Seneca comes to town at East Newton comes to town. What can you tell us about the Patriots and their style of play, rattling off a 3-game win streak right now?
Well, they're senior heavy. I mean, they have a good senior class. This is a senior class that when they were in middle school, actually, they beat our seniors, as 8th graders. So, I mean, they've been successful, when they were younger. They've had kind of a rough patch their first 3 years, but now as seniors, they kind of figured it out. And riding they've had 3 wins, and I know it seems like they're having fun, and they're not ready for their season to end. So it is. I mean, every week in the Big 8's a challenge. All the teams are good in their own little ways, and their offenses and defenses they run. And East Newton, runs a little different, offense with a single wing, and defensively we'll get blitzed a lot, and they're going to play us man to man. So it presents just a different challenge.
Success at every program he's been at. He's turned them around. And it's kind of good to see East Newton get those 3 wins this year when usually they're fighting Matt County for only 1 win a season. And I think a lot of people are surprised at how good East Newton is doing. And he's brought in more kids this year too. So it's good to see that the program is starting to build with him as the coach. And I remember whenever we played them in the playoffs, they were just out there having fun. Like, that's what they wanted to do. They wanted to have fun, and it was a good game. So I'm hoping Friday night we get out there and we start fast. I know that's something you said that we really haven't done. It'd be nice to get out there, start fast, get some points on the board, and then kind of not take your foot off the gas, but let the defense play and get some more turnovers and stuff going into district play. First game maybe at home, or should be at home if we're the first or second seed, then second and third game could be away depending on who wins, and then district title things can you tell us about this whole season that you look back on and you remember and you kind of want to cherish forever?
Well, I think, it's just a special bunch of seniors. I have a really good relationship with each one of them, and I can't go specific as each kid, but like I said, even like Angel not playing right now, I have a great relationship with him. Every guy down the road as far as a senior, and I think that they're enjoying playing, and I hope that carries out, and it's going to make these kids play a little harder when we get to districts, and hopefully we can make a little run.
Yeah, it'd be great to go to the semifinals again, and then go to the state, which I think is still at the Dome this year, and then next year it's getting moved to Missouri State. We'll just have to wait and see when we get there, right, Coach?
Yeah, we'll take it one at a time.
Right. You got to take it one game at a time. That way, you don't overlook an opponent, especially around our district, because it's mostly Big 8 teams besides Lamar. Other than that, we get Reed Springs and Hollister put in there, and Reed Springs has always lost to the Big 8 team in the district. I know Aurora had some trouble with them there a few years in a row, and then last year they finally beat Reed Springs and went on to districts, and they had a pretty good run last year. And now this year they've kind of taken a step back, and they were a senior-heavy team last year, and Peyton Evans was a great quarterback. He still is, and they've kind of taken a step back. So I'm kind of anxious to see which team's going to make the run out of our district, which it could very well be us. I mean, we've got the senior-heavy team. We've got the kids to do it, and they've been in those situations also, where some of the kids really haven't, other teams haven't. So it'll be nice to see come district time what we can get rolling.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we will have a couple home games definitely, and we'll see how our kids react to a little adversity. You're always going to have adversity, and we'll take it one at a time, and hopefully we're on the good end of things.
All right, that wraps up the Midweek Coaches Show. I'd like to thank all my great sponsors: Century 21, Schreiber Foods, and Scott Shoes and Monad. If you can't make it out to the game Friday night at 7 o'clock at Burl Fowler Stadium, be sure to tune in on KKBL 95.9.